Welcome back to In the Box. I'm Sandy Plashkis. If you haven't already, follow us on Instagram at Ownersbox and head down below to like, comment, and subscribe to let YouTube know that we are fire. Today I am joined by Rocher and my friend over here, OB Big Bear. We've coined OB Big Bear as his new name. He's not adopting the name yet, but we will get there. I think it's fire. I think Jeremy and I have coined it for him. Yep. So look out for Twitter. We're going to be creating him a Twitter whole persona, so just stay tuned on that. But we have a full plate of topics today. One of them being the Ownersbox Invitational. So, boys.
What a success.
I wouldn't say it's a lot of success from our angle, just us being the losing team. But overall, how did you guys feel about it? Did you enjoy your time out there? And just tell us a little bit about it, Jeremy. You start since you were the winner.
It was a blast. I liked it. It was fun. I thought Devin was probably one of the worst golfers I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
He didn't have a good day on the course.
No.
I thought the course was nice.
It was a good course. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I've only played a few rounds up in Canada my whole life. This was probably my third or fourth. Mm-hmm. Really enjoyed the course. It was a great time. Didn't find it as difficult as I thought it was. There was a lot of water, but good news about my golf games, I don't slice a lot of balls, and there was a lot of water on the right. I did find the pond on that par 5, hole 4, twice.
Yep.
And I got like a snowman on that hole, but this kid was hitting snowmans on he had 3 or 4 in the front 9. So
honestly, I had a little tightness in my hamstring coming into it. So I knew it wasn't going to be the greatest time. It was a little sunny. Sun was in my eyes. Everyone else had sunglasses. I didn't have sunglasses because I'm blind as a bat. So I mean, weather conditions really weren't out there for me, and like I said, the hamstring. So,
what did you believe you shot? Do you think you broke 100 or no?
What? No.
How many holes out of the 18 did you finish in your eyes?
I think I made a solid 6 or 7 putts.
So you think a third? You think you finished roughly a third of the holes? I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just the style that we were playing. You knew right after my tee shot whether or not it was going to be a hole or not. So I took my tee shot. If I could find my ball, I went and got it. I probably picked it up because I don't know, the hamstring, right?
Yeah. Got to be careful for that.
And some of them made it to the green. And I was really proud of those. So
just breaking down a little, early on, we took a 1-hole lead after the first hole, and as you guys will see in our fire video we'll be releasing here in a couple of weeks, we were getting a little cocky. I'm guilty of it. Yep. I was pretty cocky. I thought we were going to take him down. Simon, who's not here to speak for himself, he played amazing. He was probably the best golfer out there. Yep. He was. Shot an 84, I believe. I shot an 86, and we lost by how many holes?
5.
5 holes. So
5 holes.
I also didn't have a partner on the back 9 for pretty much
my
every
partner
hole.
couldn't win a hole either, apparently, so we lost by 5.
Yeah, but as pretty much. I mean, I honestly am not sitting here saying I played great.
Yeah.
I could have played a lot better. But next time going into it, first of all, I will not be taking my good friend Devin out to the course.
No, I'm actually retiring from tournament
You can
play.
come. Hey, you can show up. You can eat those cookies. You can have some beers. You can do your thing. But you will not be my partner.
No.
We're looking to. I'm on the market for a partner. So we'll next invitational, second annual.
The pressure is off. Honestly, you can't do worse. So
okay, well,
not
as a
you,
team,
not you
as
personally.
As a team,
yeah.
But
So.
I mean, looking at Simon's game, he exceeded my expectations. I honestly believe he was hustling us a little bit. I mean, I don't know what he told you behind the scenes, but
I actually didn't think he was that good. He was talking about how he was in the 90s. I think that was his best round of the year. I mean, by far. So I don't think he gets better than that next round. I mean, so I'm gonna have to step up my game.
He shot. I mean, you didn't play crazy good for your standards either.
I didn't play good at all.
I think what did he have, like a 40-footer for birdie off the fringe to seal the deal? I mean, he makes putts. His short game is good.
Yeah.
I was telling everyone in the last episode, my short game is something terrible. Needs a lot of work, but he made a putt. Like, that put me down. Like, I was like, no freaking way we come back from that. Like, he just drained it. So, Simon, got to tip the cap on this one, buddy. You were easily the best out of us that day, but
100%.
I will be back. You could be there for moral support, but
I'll help.
My team will be back. We'll do a second invitational here before the end of the season, and we're going to bring you the heat. So
he can caddy you.
No,
hold your
I don't want him to
around.
caddy.
I'll caddy the shit
I'm
out
pretty
of you.
sure. Wait, time out. If he was my caddy, he's supposed to help me, right? That's what caddies do.
Yeah, 100%.
I remember. Let's just flash back a little bit. Hole 10. I was about to do my tee shot to start the back 9.
Sonk.
And he literally, it was actually my best drive that day, funny enough, but he talked in my backswing, yelled in my backswing abruptly. not only for me only to hit a bomb down the middle. So
I knew it was going to work
I
out.
don't think I'll be bringing Devin up as my caddy. He can come show support, but I will be taking 0 golf tips from him throughout the round. If
You
that's
would
what
have never known that you guys were on the same team based on the
Yeah.
footage.
Yeah, Eddie.
that I shot.
We got fucking Eddie over there. Like he watched the whole thing. He was pretty much interviewing us throughout the round. He watched you finish below. I wouldn't even say 6 hole. I think that's generous. Honestly.
I chalked myself up as morale guy from the start. Like I don't know what else you
You
expected.
did boost morale. I will give you that.
Yeah, and
Like, it doesn't
you were
matter.
like the best for everyone out of content wise. You were great. Like
He did say he shot a 104 in his last round, which is very hard to believe.
he also said,
I have a witness on that. Actually, I'm proud to. We'll have to bring him on just to.
Yeah, maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It
We'll have
sounds
to
like some
call
fake
him.
news,
Yeah,
but
that can't
anyways,
be real.
as I was saying, great round nonetheless. We did
Yeah.
take a pretty big L. We will be doing some public humiliation associated with that.
Oh, I forgot about that.
No, we're doing it. We got to do it. They get to determine what we do. So it's ultimately up to the intern here and Simon, mostly Simon, since he was the MVP of the tournament. But looking forward, we'll definitely have another invitational coming up in the next coming month. So stay tuned. I will have a new partner then. Let's get right into the real topics today. Let's start with the NBA playoff update. Let's talk about the Mavs versus Clippers series first. We got Luka, the ankle injury. We had the Marcus Morris stepping on Luka Doncic. Let's talk about that part first. So you guys saw the video, right?
Yeah.
What did you think about all that? I mean, do you think he did it intentionally? Do you think he didn't do it intentionally? Weigh in here.
The only thing that I didn't see, I didn't see it in full speed. I saw it in slow motion, which looks blatantly obvious that it was like intentional. But like full speed is a different animal. I mean, I don't know how you literally step on a guy's ankle to the point where his shoe comes off without saying that it was on purpose. But I mean, Marcus Morris came out with a statement afterwards about his integrity of the game, which kind of swayed a lot of people. But you still watch the video and it's like, bro.
What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. You see weren't they? They were destroying them at that point, weren't they?
Yeah, they were up. I believe they were down by like 30. Because I had the Mavericks live spread at like plus 17.5, and they were not covering by at least 15 points. So
There's just no reason. I don't see like what the point is for Marcus Morris to do that on purpose. Especially because they're winning by 30.
yeah, but think about it. Luka Doncic, arguably one of the best players in the bubble right now. It's a 2-2 series. Obviously, they were winning by 30, so it'd probably be 3-2 Clippers now, like it is. But they still have to face Luka next game to seal the series.
They were
sorry.
the only two guys in the paint. Like, don't tell me like
All I'm saying is there's a huge court. There was literally no one around. Like most guys were in the backcourt.
yeah.
And it was just wide open. Like he could have stepped literally anywhere else. It looked like he lunged a little bit. Like obviously me being a Lakers fan, I would love to see Marcus Morris get a suspension. So I was like breaking down the video. I saw the widescreen angle. I saw the bird's eye angle. I was like, it looks intentional. So obviously I'm biased, but there is a bunch of room. Like there's not like it was a crowded area going for a rebound or something, which happens. But this was just blatant in my opinion.
They'd have already suspended him if that was the plan, but
Have they?
No. If they were going to, they would have.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see anything come in over the last day.
They would have done it before, like this morning, like yesterday morning at the latest.
So you think it was intentional or not?
I think it was, yeah.
So do I. And you said it's not really.
Yeah.
There's no point. You have a point though.
I just said like if it was a close game, I would understand. But like, they're
is-
going up 3-2. They're up 30. What? Why? Like he knows everything's going to be under watch.
The series isn't over, and it's still Luka and Porzingis.
That's true. But again, Luka being one of the best players in the bubbles, I think it was a little intentional. But again, he didn't get suspended, so I guess it wasn't. They didn't see enough evidence there. So another interesting topic of this series has been Paul George, a.k.a. Pandemic P is his nickname, because he's been playing like absolute garbage. But last game in Game 5, he had 35 points, and they blew him out. So do you think Paul George, he made some comments about his mental health, like he's been struggling with it, which is understandable going through the bubble scenario. But again, what do you think, like all this pressure on him, he had like under 20 points in the first 4 games, like missed a ton of field goals with turnovers and everything. Do you think he turns it around and the Clippers get this series done is the real question? They're up 3-2 right now.
Yeah, they're going to win the series. There's no doubt about that. I think Paul George has not shown that he can perform in big games. I think that's what the issue is. I mean, he got 35 points. They also won by like 30 points.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think he needs to show that he can play in big games. Obviously, Kawhi is just so good.
He's
like when does he
unbelievable.
ever play bad?
It's true.
because I watched the first couple games of the series and Kawhi's just taking over.
He's a machine. I mean, he looks like he's in Raptor form last year. Like the playoffs, that Game 6 winner he had, like crazy, man.
I think there's something to be said for the number 2 guy on any given team. Like, obviously, there's a lot of pressure on your number 1 guy like Kawhi, but like you look around the league too in the other series, like Middleton on the Bucks, he hadn't like
he's been playing like shit, hasn't
well,
he?
in his first 2 games, he had 8 points or something like that. So I think there's a lot of pressure on that second guy to put up just as much as there is the first, because you need that second guy to really get you to the next level, especially in the playoffs. So
I completely agree with that comment, actually.
Like, in terms of the NBA, what is Paul George's resume in terms of playoffs? Like, has he
got
had
that
playoff
remember
success?
that last year when he was on OKC?
Yeah.
Fucking Dame Lillard that he sent him home.
Yeah,
He sent him out of the city. He was off the team. He left.
He was with the Pacers before that, right? And then
They lost. That was the LeBron era. Like LeBron ran
still,
through them.
but like Paul George is in a situation now where like you have to make it out of the first round. Like, there's no way that your team doesn't make it out of the first round, and you're the number 2 guy on that team.
I don't think anyone's I completely agree, by the way, with your second, like your 2-man, even your 3-man in some cases, like the Lakers with Kyle Kuzma. Like, we don't have a third guy. It's AD and LeBron. If both of them are on cue some games, which happens, which you saw in game 1 of the playoffs, they don't win. Like, they need a third guy to step up. Like, Paul George is pretty much the second guy, obviously, to Kawhi. And he's got to step up, and he hasn't been. So that's why I think the Mavs have been stealing a few games in the series.
Like, if your number 1 can go out there on any given team, like it's Kawhi Leonard. He can go out there, have a terrible game, and still come out with 25 points. And that's not a bad game. You got 25 points. You probably got a few rebounds and assists.
Yeah.
But that number 2 guy still has to get 20 plus.
Yeah, it's true. And he hasn't, exactly. And he has not been doing that. And the worst part is he's still taking his regular amount of shots and just missing shots. So obviously that's resulting in not points and points for the other team on turnovers and stuff like that. So looking at it, they're down 3-2, the Mavs. Do you think if they get Kristaps, do you think that helps at all? Or do you think it's pretty much a done deal with the Clippers advancing?
I think obviously they need Porzingis to move on, but I don't think they win 2 in a row.
Just because the Clippers seem to be one of those teams that are so either hot or cold. I don't think the Mavs are the one team 3 down or 3-2 down that you can't necessarily write off. But that being said, I still think it's the Clippers series to lose. So
yeah, it absolutely is.
100%,
but I think they get it done no matter. I mean, I hate the Clippers, but they're going to get this done. It's going to be interesting. They face the Jazz / the Nuggets. Whoever advances, that series is also 3-2.
that's a wicked series.
That is my favorite. Like overall, that's my next topic anyway. Jazz lead the series 3-2, but the Nuggets last game. I mean, Jamal Murray, are you serious? Are you watching that guy right now?
I was all Jazz until I saw Murray's 360 layup.
Oh my, the split. He split the crossover, split the D right to the rack, 360. Like that was, he's been, it's pretty much him, Donovan versus him right now. I know Jokic is playing well as well, but it's nice to see Donovan go at Jamal and like they're back and forth. I mean, Jamal had 42, I'm looking here, 42, 8, and 8 the last game, and pretty much
After
that whole
coming off a
quarter,
50-point game.
Yeah, exactly. And then Donovan had 50, he has 50 plus in the 2 of the games already in the series. Like watching them has been crazy, and they're young. They're under 25, both of them, right? Or just around. And if you know what I mean?
I know, yeah.
And it's crazy. Where's Jamal from in Ontario?
Kitchener.
He's from where we are right now. That makes this even cooler because
Jamal, hit us up, boy.
Yeah, hey, love you to come on the pod one day. But anyways,
come home, baby.
He's a beast, and it's been cool to see them. I think looking at the series, Jazz lead 3-2. I would not be surprised. Sleep on this. A Nuggets 7-game winner. They have to win. They have to win the next 2. But after watching them last game, if Jokic plays well, if
Hold up. Nuggets are down 3-2?
Yes.
Okay,
Jazz were up 3-1, and the Nuggets won last game.
Oh, yeah, I
Jamal
remember
went
saying
crazy.
that. I was all Jazz once they got Conley back.
Yeah, so the Conley coming back has been a huge addition, but I don't know if the Nuggets, they're the 3 seed, man. If they pull it together, they could actually go far. I really do, but they would have to face, I'm looking at the bracket here, they'd have to face the Clippers next round, which would be a good series, depending on who shows up. You never know with the Nuggets. I mean, they're down 3-1 to the Jazz. Pretty much everyone wrote the Jazz off as first-round exits, in my opinion. So
the problem is with that matchup is Kawhi or Paul George will completely lock down Jamal Murray.
I have to take this call. This is a really important call. So let's talk about the Raptors versus Celtics series. We got some Raptors fans in the building here, obviously. The Celtics are a good squad, but looking at the Raptors' first series, I don't know how you stop them, and I'm saying that with my full passion. I actually love the Raptors. But in game 1, do you think they come out hot and get it done? Let's predict it a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, I think they'll get it done. They had trouble with Boston during the regular season, but They're looking strong right now. I mean, Boston looked pretty good too. They handled the Sixers pretty good. So I don't know if they're good. I think it's a toss-up who wins the first game, but I think the Raptors will come up on top.
On the series? What about you for game one and then the series?
I'm worried about Boston. Boston does not have a single position that they're weak at. I mean, maybe center, but like Boston's a skilled.
They're also gritty, yeah.
They're a good team. Like I wouldn't say that they have any like superstars, but neither does Toronto. I mean, like you could say Siakam's a superstar, you could say Kemba Walker's a superstar, but like they're not tier 1 caliber, I wouldn't say. And those two guys are going to lead those teams, but I think in terms of depth on their starting floor, I think Boston has a lot more going for them in terms of potential points. Toronto's got a lot of depth throughout their lineup, but like Boston scares me if I'm a Raptors fan.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's going to be a lot. I mean, I think everyone thinks it will be competitive. That's the thing, but I do think the Raptors get it done, but it will be a longer, like 6-7 game series for sure.
Like they can't sit down. They got to play every minute to win that series.
For sure. And I don't know what's injury situation for Toronto. Is there any notable injuries on the Raptors side? Do you know?
Guys will probably be a little bit banged up.
Yeah, I heard
Nobody's gonna
Lowry
be
had
out.
a little tweak something.
Yeah, he'll be in.
I think he'll be good.
Yeah.
But still, you never know. It's a long series. It's going to be competitive as hell. I took the Raptors -2 in the first game yesterday. So, and the game's not happening today. It's probably going to happen tomorrow. But I still like -2. I really do. But again, it's going to be closer than we think. I don't think there'll be any blowout wins in this series like we saw with the Celtics against the Sixers and also the Raptors against the Magic. Is that who they played? No, the Magic. Who'd they play? Raptors played
Brooklyn, buddy.
Brooklyn, yeah. Brooklyn without their...
It just happened a couple days ago.
The Bucks played the Magic. Brooklyn missed their 3 best players, though.
Bucks are still playing the Magic.
Yeah, they are, but they're going to have to beat them. It's 3-1 there. But honestly, I think the Raptors take it. I like them. We'll see, though. I think the Celtics, they're good in their starting lineup, like you said, but they don't have the depth. And their big men, I think Marc Gasol, I think Siakam will eat on their big men. I think Tatum can't. I don't know. Siakam is in the post guy.
Tatum is so good. I'd say he's their best player.
He's a beast on offense. He's good on D2, but I think Siakam is going to edge him down on the post a little bit more than we think. The Sixers also, the Celtics play the Sixers. They're not very good. They missed Ben Simmons. Brett Brown got fired. He got literally hosed right after. How much?
Pretty par for the course in basketball. You lose a series that you're supposed to win. Yeah, you get fired.
Like, remember the trust the process thing though? That was the huge bet. Like, that's been happening. How long is the process going?
Since Embiid's been there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but like what? It's like 4th year now, right?
Yeah.
At least 5th year even.
Yep.
As a Philly fan, how long would you you're not trusting the process anymore, are you? Like, arguably they might trade one of the two players.
The process is broken. Like the process was like around whenever they had faults. Like
Fultz was a bust though. That was one of my talking points.
That's what I mean. Like that's when they started. Like Fultz came in. It was like, holy shit, we got Embiid, Simmons, Fultz. Like this, we're gonna be unstoppable.
They even got Redick. They got some shooters. Like that was their year. And then they paid for fucking Tobias Harris
and now Embiid's floating around as do you keep this guy around? And same with Simmons. Like, do you start over? It's like, what is the process anymore?
I saw a poll. It was like, who would you trade? It was like Simmons or Embiid, and everyone was saying Embiid over Simmons, and I was like. Or it wasn't everyone. It was like 60-40 to trade. Like trade Embiid before Simmons.
You get more for him.
I agree. I just think Ben Simmons will get a jump shot eventually. Like I really think he'll start.
He started
shooting.
showing that in the bubble, right?
I mean, I wouldn't get carried away.
But he hit a few in a row, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, Simmons is here."
But it's like Giannis trying to develop a jumper too. I think both those guys eventually will get jumpers. Not to say they're going to be amazing, but enough to actually have a threat. Because when you see Ben Simmons play, he'll dribble up the floor, and the guy guarding him will be in the paint. He'll be like, I'm not even honoring your shot because it's so bad. So I don't know if I think Ben Simmons is a better player long term, but Embiid right now, you'll get more value out of Embiid. Like a 100%. Big team, think about the Celtics had Embiid right now, or one of those bigger teams had him.
Did Embiid play the whole season this year?
I don't,
because that was his thing before, right? Injury problems.
Yeah, I think he played most of the season, and they were. I mean, it's not like they were a bad during the regular. They were a solid team. Yeah, they just they were the 6th seed here. I'm looking at it, but. I don't know, looking at the Celtics are a better all-around team. They're grittier. The Celtics do it in the playoffs. They've done it, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The Sixers we haven't seen much out of them in the playoffs, let alone,
Just to throw it back just real quick, what could they realistically get for Embiid? Like 3 firsts?
Dude, they had
Basketball's crazy.
You'd get
How
a
much did
lot
Paul
for
George get?
Embiid.
Like 5
But like
first
you
rounders?
Yeah, it was a
trade that to
lot.
Golden State right now. You get second
Oh my
overall.
God,
you
if Golden
get.
State got Embiid, that would be insane.
They might go for
But
it.
like,
would
why
be
is that crazy? They have the second
No,
overall
I'm saying
pick.
crazy,
and,
like holy
Yeah.
shit. I would
Yeah.
be like, because you got Steph, you got Clay now,
Yeah.
also Embiid.
Wiggins.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, they got Wiggins. Like, I mean, it's not crazy. Like, it's something that they would still do. They're still considered in their prime healthy.
Wiggins, the pride of Canada, right there.
Yeah.
Real OG. But yeah, I mean, I could see Embiid leaving before Simmons. I think Simmons is tied to Philly, but you never know. I feel like the NBA is one of those leagues where anything can happen. And I would hate to see an Embiid go to the Warriors, but I wouldn't count it out. Like
Yeah,
you
right?
said it. You said it. If that happens, I would love to revisit this. But you know, NBA is one of those sports where free agency is just it's free. You can go wherever the fuck you
Yeah.
want. So I wouldn't be surprised by a move like that. So we've dove in the NBA. There's a lot of good. The Miami series was good with Indiana. They swept them. Jimmy Butler, you know, played amazing. You know, everyone was chirping him this year about how he went to Miami just for the experience, not for actually winning basketball games. They swept Indiana, and
Nobody else wanted him.
what's TJ Warren was like hot as hell on the Pacers
Yeah.
before. Like he was arguably almost bubble MVP if Lillard wasn't balling, but. I don't know. They handled them pretty easily. Do we think? Like I'm looking at the bracket here.
Yeah, how does
they
it line
face
up?
the winner of Milwaukee and Orlando? So Milwaukee. I think that will be interesting. Watching Milwaukee, I don't think they're as good as everyone thinks they are. They don't have the. I don't know what it is. Middleton. Remember we talked about him not playing his best basketball right now. Maybe he turns it around. Maybe not. But
He had a really good game last time around, but like, how long does that stand up? I would. We've seen some really cold basketball out of Milwaukee.
it's for sure the bubble, though, don't you think? Like that.
I don't know. I mean,
Some
like,
people thrive in that environment.
their
some people
game
don't.
their game revolves around Giannis. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
if you can find somebody that can shut him down, like, I don't know. I mean, it's not about offense in that series. Like, you're a professional basketball team. You can put up 100 to 115 points, and that's all you need to do if you can get to Giannis.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Miami's in the Bucks will be a good series, but I don't think there's I think there's a chance that I think Milwaukee and Raptors will be the Eastern Conference, and I think everyone wants it to be that, but there's definitely a chance that Miami sticks it to them. But we'll
I
see.
mean,
It's
there's
gonna
some
be-
money to be made there. They're not going to sweep that
underdogs.
series.
Yeah, you're already thinking ahead. Look at that narrative. You're looking at it. But
Yeah, I wonder what Miami's odds open up as in the first game.
I think Milwaukee has to win the first series first, which they will do, but that's when the odds will be released. So I'll be betting some money line, maybe some Heat money line, sneak it in there at plus 200 plus odds.
Game
I like
one, like,
I like
the Heat are gritty. They have some shooters. They got that white kid Duncan Robinson who can shoot.
Tyler
the hell.
Hero.
Yeah, Hero, and they got Butler obviously. Dragic, who's not bad.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, they'll give them a series nonetheless, is what I think. So, all right, everyone's favorite segment here, especially you, because you're.
oh, do I get fired up or what?
No, you're getting fired up because we're talking about NHL bracket updates with the Ownersbox pool, and aren't you doing pretty well?
I mean, it looks good for me so far. I mean, like, my flyer on Chicago to make it through didn't work out, but like, honestly, I didn't fully expect it to. It was just like, in order to win a bracket challenge, you got to pick somebody that nobody else did, right? So,
So so who did you have? So how many of the second people who advanced to the second round did you have? Did you pick everyone right?
I got 6 out of 8.
6 out of 8.
Yeah.
And I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I had 6 out of 8
You had
as
6
well.
too.
I had
Yeah.
St. Louis, which was an L, obviously. I was shocked by that Vancouver St. Louis.
Yeah.
I
I had St. Louis as well.
Dude, I had St. Louis going to my cup. I think that's going to honestly deflate my bracket.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's going to.
My West
I
looks
had
kind of
them going to the
sketch.
cup too.
Did you?
Yeah.
So, is Vancouver like? I don't. Obviously, no one thinks I'm an expert here. I'm not an expert, but is Vancouver like surprising everyone right now, or just like they have good talent? Obviously, they have that Hobart guy, but
Yeah, they just don't have playoff experience.
Sorry, hold on.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Patterson.
Say that again. What did you say?
Hobart. What's his name?
Horvat? Bo Horvat?
Bo Horvat or Elias Pettersson, right? That's right.
Sorry, yeah.
Are those not the two best players?
I had to make sure that you heard
Brock
that though.
Bozer.
I don't know what that is.
Besser.
I'm
What is
learning.
wrong, guys?
Honestly, if you asked me though, like 5 episodes ago to name a
Guys.
few, if
Besser, that's a tough one.
If you asked me to name a couple Vancouver Canucks like 5 episodes ago, I wouldn't be able to. But I have been watching a ton of hockey lately. The playoffs have been unreal.
List 5 right now.
What?
You said you could list 5.
List 5.
List 5.
And you can't do
Dude, you just said you could
Horvat.
list 5.
I'm not looking at the team. I'm looking at the
Okay.
bracket.
You're not supposed to look at it. You said you've been watching.
Yeah.
No, I can't name 5 Vancouver. What?
Okay, no, it's fine. It's just.
I just said I couldn't name 2. I just named 2.
All right, fair enough. We'll let it slide.
I thought you were asking me to name 5 players. I was like, all right, guys, like I should be kicked off the podcast, so I can't do that. But anyways, I had 6 at 8. What did you have in your bracket? How did you do in the first round?
I had.
I can actually probably pull you up.
Yeah. I had Carolina beating Boston, so I
I have
didn't
to
win
scroll
that.
down to see
Wow,
you.
tough go.
I think I only lost 2.
Yikes. No. You had, okay, wow.
Who did I have?
This is not pretty. You had Calgary.
Oh, yeah. Well,
You had Calgary over Dallas,
yeah, I
first
lost
of all.
3 of the series.
You had Colorado. You picked that, right? Good for you.
Tough one.
You had St. Louis over Vancouver, which you said they're going to your cup. We're in the same boat there, so you got that wrong. You got Philly right.
Which I didn't know 20% of the players had COVID.
Oh, I didn't even.
That came out.
Did it? All right. Well, there's no excuse. I mean, this looks grayer than hell. But Philly right. You had Carolina.
Yep.
That was wrong. Now the Islanders advanced.
Oh, I had Washington.
Oh,
Yeah, and I had, but even worse, I had Washington going to the conference
my God,
finals.
dude.
So I had them beating.
Who do you have winning?
I have Philly, sneaky.
guys, check out my East.
I have Philly. I have Philly winning. So I have Philly going all the way. Yeah, which is crazy. I had Washington in the conference finals against Philly.
Okay.
So I already lost that.
So
but
you're done.
yeah, so but it says I'm projected total possible points. Oh yeah, I have the third most total points, but I'm projected way lower than everyone else. I just
That makes sense.
Let's check Big Chimpin though. He is projected pretty high. Oh,
Big
he's
Bear. Big Bear.
Big Bear is all right. So you got Philly right. He had the Islanders. Wow.
I
Tampa
bet that
Bay,
one in the right
Boston.
amount of games too, bud.
Wow, 4 for 4. That's insane. And you have Islanders versus Boston in the conference.
Yeah.
Columbus.
Damn.
This guy got Columbus winning 2 rounds.
I didn't take Columbus.
Didn't?
No.
Who's in the conference final?
The Islanders.
My
Yeah.
bad.
But you had the Blues going too. So we all had the
Yeah.
Blues going far. Was that just solely alone because they were the cup? They were
Well,
the cup last
the
year.
reason I
Veteran
didn't
team.
want to, I think I mentioned this too. The reason I didn't want to go Vancouver is because they're super skilled, and I
Yeah,
admitted
super
that.
young.
Like they had what it takes in terms of skill to win that series. I just anticipated, especially with the bubble, that playoff experience being such a big deal.
Yeah.
And they don't have that. So I mean, going forward throughout the series, I think that becomes a bigger factor for them. But I mean, they're holding up their own against Vegas so far. But that's why I took St. Louis. They had the playoff pedigree. I mean, they had Binnington, who was huge and didn't show up. But
In all honesty, I started my bracket when we first did this. I was like, I'll pick a few underdogs. I ended up picking one underdog.
yeah, me too.
I did like Vancouver, St. Louis, but then I went into one of our updaters' offices, not being you, and they're like, dude, St. Louis won the cup last year. And I was like, oh, I knew that.
That's what I said.
And there's it wasn't you though.
I know,
I think it
but
might have
yeah.
been Brent or someone, but they were like,
yeah, you can't be listening to other people.
I don't know. And but I don't I really don't know hockey. This is the most hockey I've ever watched in my life in the last 2 weeks, but I picked Vancouver blindly, and I was like, oh, they'll win a first round. They're actually good. I wish
so
I stuck
good.
with them because then I had St. Louis going all the way. I probably would have had Dallas going farther in my bracket, but looking at my bracket, I wish I could change a lot of things right now, to say the least. And I'm going to be lower on the leaderboard, and that really reflects how much hockey I know. But who's in first I'm going to check who's first.
Jeff, man,
Jeff Sen. Let's look at his bracket.
he's got Vancouver going to winning the cup. So
Oh my God, he picked every round correct.
Yeah.
You said that before we went live,
Yeah.
but he had Vegas, Vancouver, Colorado, Dallas, Philly, Islanders, Tampa Bay, and Boston.
Wow.
Look at this. There's not one
Who is
gray.
this?
Who is this? Jeff
who
Sen.
is this
Picked
Jeff
the
Sen?
Blazers money line too.
Yeah.
Is he an insider? Jeff.
Yeah.
Yo,
Jeff,
get him in here
what
right
if
now.
Jeff Sen is just sneaky, such a shark? He just
Yeah.
knows. He
He's
gambles
writing
every
articles
day.
at
Yeah.
home.
He's like
NHL playoff
he just
articles.
sees
he was
weeks-
talking this afternoon about buying a Tesla.
He's the most interesting man in the office right now. Being
Apparently.
number one in the bracket challenge, calling a plus 250 money line Blazers bet over the Lakers in game one. That
crazy.
a lot of people wouldn't have taken. So
Nope.
I don't know. He's the dark horse. If he wins this bracket, I'd be shocked though. Good for him.
I'm
though.
still pretty confident.
You are. What place you sitting in?
Fourth
Fourth, but you're projected.
out of 17.
It's pretty solid.
I think I'm projected right now,
You're projected pretty high. You're third projected. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. Wow. Have you been studying before this?
Oh, I can see I know hockey.
Yeah, you do. Well, speaking of hockey, I want to take a little transition because I had Jeremy write some notes for this episode. There was a Leafs trade recently. Do you want to break that down for us?
So Kapanen got traded to Pittsburgh. It was pretty much a salary dump, and they got a first round. I was surprised they got a first round pick.
I wouldn't even call it a salary dump. I think Kapanen's got a lot of skill and a lot to offer a Pittsburgh team who has 2 centers in Crosby and Malkin. They traded a first-round pick, a 15th overall pick, which realistically could be absolutely nothing, for a guy who's going to sit in their top 6 and probably get 50 points, 40 points, 50 points.
So how do you think the trade impacts? You said it was a salary dump, so it wasn't like a big deal at all.
Well, the point is that they have a couple UFAs that they need to sign, and so they rather can go sign Cody Ceci, or they can go for someone in free agency, but they don't have much space, so they have to clear some more space if they're going to make an actual big signing.
I wouldn't think that you could say that there was a clear shot winner in this trade. I think both teams got something that they needed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
So the next point I had here was, bear with me here, this pronunciation. He roasted me for this pronunciation.
All right.
I said Peter Angelo, and you guys laughed at me. It's Petrangelo.
I mean, Peter Angelo's not far off. Like, he gets that a lot.
So there was a tweet, I saw the Blues tweeted like, there's no chance tweeted an article that he was not leaving.
They were like,
but they seemed worried or something.
The trade happened. He was trending on Twitter, and then they post like a quote from him saying like, "I don't want to leave," and it's like right after the trade. It's like, come on.
So it was pretty. I don't follow hockey Twitter as much, but was it pretty cringy? Like, you think they're kind of
like they were like trying to save face. They're like, "Don't worry, like he's staying."
Well, they first round exit after winning it, so like that's
kind
of a
he's
switch
from
up.
Toronto, so. I mean, some people are known to stay.
Hometown hopeful. Oh, you're not even.
No, I'm not even a Leafs fan,
I guess
but like
that's true.
I've seen players in the like Stamkos. There was
Wait, is there rumors floating around that the Leafs have interest in Pietrangelo?
Yeah, signing him.
Holy shit, that'll never happen. He's looking at like 9 sheets.
Yeah, so they'd have to clear more space. They have like $4 million.
They already have like.
Oh my
Don't they have
goodness.
half their cap and like
We
three
need
players?
to we need to stop this right now. Pietrangelo is not going to Toronto. He's going to like, especially with the cap staying the same. Like
Alex Pietrangelo.
Oh my god, what the fuck was that?
Is that his Pietrangelo?
He's not
One more time.
Italian.
Roll it one more time.
Yeah, who's saying that?
Alex Pietrangelo.
He's not Italian.
Pietrangelo.
He's getting me some spaghetti.
Where's he from? What's his nationality?
He's Canadian, isn't
He's
he?
King City, Ontario.
Yeah.
Oh wow. But he's like that's not a fuck. That's a foreign last name.
No. Yeah,
Shut
Italian,
up.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
well,
so
maybe
don't,
he's Italian.
Don't chirp my boy over there.
Yeah,
all
he's
right.
probably Italian.
I'm not chirping your boy. I'm chirping whoever the fuck is saying that pronunciation on his phone.
It's a computer.
Yeah, it's a computer. All right.
Fuck
Anyways.
computers.
Pietrangelo.
Stop.
All right, let's stop talking about Peter Angelo. And I don't want to hear any chirps about how I pronounce it. But let's talk about Fleury and that image really quick before we dive into some MLB topics.
Comment
What
on
is
this.
up with that? Okay, first of all, if he was your agent and he posted something like that, would you fire him? Would you tell him to fuck off? Like, what would you do? Like, what? How crazy was that? Like, I thought it was wild.
He's secured him over 70 million in his career, so you can't like be too mad. It's like, fuck, come on, man. Like, you got to do that to me now.
Our very own Big Bear is very vocal on Twitter, and he had his own words to say about that.
Well, I mean, okay, so obviously Fleury's not playing. They're playing Leonard. They traded for this guy, Leonard. He hasn't lost a single game since he's been there. Obviously, you're starting this guy, and then Fleury's agent comes out with this stupid picture of a sword in this guy's back, looking like a goddamn Game of Thrones or whatever shit.
Did you hear that, Eddie? I don't even watch that show, which is even crazier.
What did you tweet again?
Well, if it's a professional sport, if you're not the best option, then you're not going to get the ice time. It's simple as that.
So you were a little worked up about it, huh?
Well, I like Leonard. He's got a good story, and he's playing good hockey. So you fucking play him.
Yeah, that's true. Hey,
Fleury, what? Like, go be a dad.
hey,
like, go retire.
If I'm gonna bet Vegas, I want the best goalie in net. I don't care if that's Marc Andre Fleury. I don't care if it's Robert
They don't
Leonard.
give a shit.
Put your best
about
guy
your
in net.
story or
'cause
your career. They're trying to win a cup.
You sound pretty worked up. So
Sorry.
the comment was, did you scrub social media to find it? How'd you run into it?
So I was scrolling through the Ownersbox Twitter account, and all I see is our very own D Sims replied to it. Like, it was like right on my feed, and I was just dying laughing. Like, of course she responded to this tweet. I
mean,
instantly liked it.
It was it was a photoshopped image, so the guy absolutely went out of his way. He's like, did you get a graphic designer to do it? Like, hey, put a sword through his back and put the coach's name on the sword. Like, that was the funny part too. Like, what is that? Like,
What do you think was gonna happen?
What do you think he thought? Like, what is the best case scenario of this? Like,
Like,
he
what, his
starts
guy
him,
gets started? Like,
yeah.
he just signed a new contract. It's not like he's up for money or anything.
Yeah,
Like,
so he's
It's
not.
not a charity case.
And there's no way he's gonna get to start after the coach is probably like, yo, talk to your boy, bro. Like, talk to your fucking boy.
Like, I'd have to go back to my computer to confirm this, but I'm pretty sure they put Fleury in for a back-to-back game in the first series against Chicago, and Fleury fucking lost that game.
Yeah, they were like debating on Fleury and Leonard to start off the. Yeah, I think.
But there was a back-to-back, and Chicago won 3-1. It was their only win of the series. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. Fleury was in net. I didn't watch the game, but he fucking lost it.
Yeah,
it's insane. I want to change topics really quick here. Let's talk about one MLB topic, which has been hilarious lately. Trevor Bauer this year. He's been an absolute legend. I want to talk about the Budweiser thing. I also want to talk about the free Joe Kelly cleats. Can you do you know much about the Budweiser backstory?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us a little bit about it, because I don't know a ton.
I don't know if he has like some sort of. There's got to be something. Like, there's no way that was organic that happened.
Yeah, you for sure like coined a deal with them.
So Budweiser pretty much like sent a picture, and it was like a Bauer like specialized Bud Light can.
Yeah.
And they're like, if you get 14 Ks in your next 2 starts, like, we'll make these.
It was Cincinnati Buds.
Yeah, Cincinnati Buds.
So
that's
sick.
the thing. So
I need to pull that up. I haven't seen it.
It's his second game, and he's like drawing with his cleat on the mound, Buds, until he did each letter, I guess, like every 3 Ks or something. And then he finally got it and did the S, and it was just a big Buds on the mound. Like, this is a live game, and this guy is just.
Didn't he lose that game too?
It says right here, when Cincinnati
I think he
Reds
lost that game too.
When Cincinnati Reds ace Trevor Bauer struck out his 46th batter of the 2020 MLB season on Monday night, he celebrated by miming a beer chugging motion and drawing the words Buds on the mound.
Yeah.
That is epic. I saw the video. I did see the video of him fake chugging.
I haven't seen the video. I just
He literally
chug,
struck him out, like did like his little strut, and then turned around and he goes.
No way. That's amazing.
So legendary. It was awesome. But yeah, Eddie, you might be able to pull it up. But honestly, he's great for baseball. Baseball needs more Trevor Bauers.
Personality.
I mean, it's great. Right now, with everything going on with COVID, people want to see personality. They want entertainment. I think he's perfect. He's going against like the old traditional baseball. We talked about that a couple segments ago, but I really think he is what baseball needs right now. They need freshness. They need to attract younger fans. And that's the whole debate is they're not getting younger fans because younger fans are watching NBA, they're watching, NFL. Yeah. They're doing a better job marketing their players. The MLB doesn't market their players well. So Trevor Bauer is taking matters into his own hands. He has that momentum, whatever that podcast or the behind the scenes he does.
Yeah, he
which
does.
Is fire. He
works with that marketing company. They do cool video.
It's
edits
like Momentum,
like
I think it's called
Momentum.
or something. But yeah, he does. He's right in front. I mean, he's pretty organic too, and he's got a good personality. Are you pulling up the video? Right
I
now?
haven't seen this. I really want to see it.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Look at this. Look at this strut, and then he turns around.
Oh, I love that.
Just go.
I never don't draft that guy.
The funniest thing about him too is the other days when he had the Joe Kelly cleats and he didn't wear them, and then he had the shirt underneath.
He did not wear them. He was threatened to be fined. Yeah,
he was gonna be like criminally fined. So he's like, obviously I can't wear them, and he was suspended. I think he would have eaten the fine. Like looking at it,
oh yeah,
he would have eaten the fine in a second. It was suspensions that he was not about to have. But he also wore what shirt? Oh, he wore the shirt of him throwing it over the.
Oh yeah!
Year, like, instead of the Joe Kelly, he ripped it. He literally took his
and like tied it around his waist, kind of thing. Yeah,
he's an absolute character.
That video, of him throwing it, and the coach just looks at him like, "What the fuck's your problem?" He's like, "Sorry, man." Sorry.
He's such a legend. But yeah,
he almost drew that over top of the Brewers logo.
Oh yeah, he was right. Look at him. He just owns it. Good for him, though. I wonder what he got out of that. You said the cans. Is that it? Like probably free beer for like the year or something.
You got to think Budweiser's paying him.
Budweiser's going to pick him up for sure.
Yeah, I mean.
If they haven't already.
Hey, we're down for a Budweiser sponsor here, aren't we?
Yeah.
But
we're down for it.
Also, Bud's.
We're down for a Trevor Bauer invite.
With the Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
That's Bud Light, isn't it?
That's
Bud Light.
It's the same company. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That thing is cool, too.
Beer companies are weird.
But who's drafting? I mean, the whole sweepstakes for that is you get... So if you draft Gardner Minshew and you win your fantasy league, you get free beer for a year.
I think it's a sweepstakes, though.
You have to draft him first overall, though.
I think
in the first round.
It has to be a draw.
Yeah.
Because I can just join with my friends.
He said the word sweepstakes.
So I think it's a draw who wins free beer. But
it's
you
still
can
sick.
also...
It's a great campaign.
Yeah, if you do a screenshot of your first round pick.
The video was dope too. He took it off his cell phone.
That was
terrible quality, but it was just perfect.
Yeah, I think stuff like that. Great campaigns. I mean, engages the fans. Like fantasy football, fantasy sports. We love that shit here. I think that's what brings people together, especially during times like this. So we'll probably be doing some of that here. We'll do some sweepstakes stuff. We got some cool campaigns cooking. But overall today, great discussion. We'll keep it up. We got episode, what are we on right now? Episode 10? We are going to be rolling.
Double
we are on
digits, baby.
double-digit episodes. We have been. It's only been a month or so now. We got this beauty over here and this intern over here.
Got a really nice haircut actually.
We actually have a new guest coming on the podcast. We just hired a new intern, so stay tuned. He'll be joining us for the 11th episode.
Are you announcing my promotion?
Firing actually.
We loved having you here, Jer.
All right, so what you're gonna do is go grab your stuff from your desk. I'll give you a box, and you'll be out by the end of the day.